So what was your optional subject and how you prepared for optional? Because there are around 23, 24 optional, and I think every subject has a different approach.
As I told you, I started in January. I had to pick it by February. I thought I'm not good in writing. At that point of time, I did not have any confidence in my writing expression because I had not tried it before. So I thought I'll probably go with a science option because that's like a area of comfort. I did my engineering in electrical power, but the syllabus was very large. So I was left with other science options. Then I came across physics, math. Physics was a subject I was generally interested in. There was good guidance available in form of TIES coaching classes. So I just picked it up. And I think the teaching was such that I was able to complete the whole syllabus after prelims in 4 months. And the process was simple that I would follow whatever he's teaching and make notes and solve previous year questions, and I would solve them as I would write in the exam. So physics is subject where if you solve like previous 20, 25 years questions, you are probably sorted for 60% of the paper. Maybe the questions would change to some extent, but largely you would be able to solve. So I think that worked in favor of me. I don't think I would have scored like exceptionally well in optional because I did not have much time to practice. But I think I was able to manage it reasonably well just because I just solved past 20 year questions and wrote them in a way I would write in a real exam.
Now, the other portion, which is sometimes very neglected, is the essay portion. Sometimes students do not write. They thought that I must utilize or capitalize my knowledge of paper 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll pen down everything there. So at the end of the day, they lose up, ending very poor marks. They lose very marks in essay. So did you practice essay a lot prior to going into the real war, or it was like you have just broad mind mapping you did for many topics? So how you managed to go through with this paper of essay?
I did. I was most worried about my essay paper because that was a subject where I was not scoring well in my test series. I gave six. I wrote six essays in test series, wrote four on my own and self-evaluated. I think it is a very important paper because it can make or break your marks. What I did understand after the whole process was that essay does require a fair amount of expression and language, and for that, because I personally did not have a very good flair of writing, I used others people's quotes, examples. Broadly, how I went about it, I'll just briefly share. I was introduced by a quote without doing anything else like writing a story or anything because I did not feel that I was comfortable with that. I would give a brief context of why this is relevant in the current scenario. Then I would either justify or negate the statement which is given, write 7, 8 arguments for or against the statement, then justify them by using quotes, examples, real life situations, covering as many dimensions as possible throughout those arguments. Once I've established my case for or against, I would provide solutions and then I would conclude. And this I did for both abstract or the regular education or health like essays. So yeah, that was the approach I followed. I think the marks will tell me whether this worked or not. But yeah, this is what I did.
When was your interview and how did you, manage to go through that?
I had to wait for like 4 months before I could give my interview. It was on 21st of July. I used to joke around with my younger brother, who was like a constant support in the whole process, that I gave the maximum amount of preparation time to the interview. Like after September, there was only interview, and I finally gave it in July, and that's more than any other stage. My experience was good. The board wasn't aggressive. They were cordial only. They covered multiple aspects of my DAP, no current affairs, but then it can vary. There's no hard and fast rule. You have to prepare extensively for your DAP as well as current affairs. So they covered my current job, the recent project on school education, Punjab insurgency. Somehow they attached my current firm with auditing. I don't know why, but they asked me a lot about government audit as well. Then there was some HR type of question like why I and why not stay in the private sector or something like that. So they covered a lot of ground, and I think somehow I would have somehow I sailed through it. It was a good experience overall.
I think mock interviews work for many aspirants if they go prior to visiting the
Yeah,
real
yeah.
world.
So sorry, I missed that. So I think mocks are important at any stage of the exam preparation, and specifically interview, because you have to like really stimulate a discussion. And I came to KSG for one of those interviews, and I think the experience was really fulfilling. In general, I would just say that take the feedback with a pinch of salt, because everyone has different perspectives to interview. Just listen to what people are saying, but don't just take it on face value. You should be able to evaluate what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Overall, it's the confidence and your demeanor in the interview room which matters much more than the answers that you give. So I think losing confidence because someone told you that you are not doing well does not make sense. I know it's hard to do, but
So it is really wonderful talking to you, Avadh, and my congratulations to you that in future you will be one of the best minds to work for the country,
thank
and
you.
uh,
Thank you.
and my best wishes to your future endeavors.